Evil, no matter how hard we try to define or understand it, remains a vague and complex concept. In Stoic philosophy, we are encouraged to understand human nature and face life's challenges with equanimity and clarity. However, when it comes to evil, the awareness of its presence is often stronger than any definition. An evil person may not easily reveal their true nature. Instead, the danger and evil within them often manifest themselves in subtle but unmistakable ways. When you encounter evil, you don't need a clear explanation or proof. Your heart will recognize it instinctively, often before your mind has a chance to analyze it. What is truly disturbing is that evil doesn't just appear where we expect it to. It doesn't just lurk in dark alleys or strange corners of society. Sometimes it shows up in places we consider safe: schools, churches, sacred spaces of worship, and more heartbreakingly, even in the homes of our closest friends. Its nature is often disguised in a veneer of normalcy, making it difficult to detect until it's too late. Understanding evil is no easy task. It cannot be summed up in words like immoral or evil, as these terms mean different things to different people. But when evil realizes that you have seen through it, it behaves in very specific and recognizable ways. In this video, we explore 7 telltale signs of evil individuals when they know you have discovered the truth about them. Drawing on Stoic philosophy, we will analyze these signs to help you recognize them, understand them, and prepare yourself to face them with calmness and stability. The goal is not to live in fear or doubt, but to arm yourself with awareness and wisdom. Evil thrives on ignorance and naivety, but by recognizing its signs, you can protect yourself and those around you, while upholding the Stoic principles of courage and reason. In my view, this theme is a powerful reminder of why Stoic philosophy still holds great value in the modern world. Life is full of uncertainty, and while we cannot eliminate all sources of harm, we can strengthen our ability to deal with them. Understanding evil is not about wallowing in negativity. It is about empowering ourselves to rise above it with clarity, calm, and compassion. Sign: the evil person builds a new reputation when evil takes on a new face. Have you ever looked at someone and thought they must be ruled by the devil? You'd be wrong. In fact, people can be much more evil than we imagine. They are so good at hiding their true nature that it can take a long time for us to realize the cruelty they've been hiding. But don't blame yourself. Evil people are often masters of manipulation. They don't hesitate to use others to achieve their goals, get what they want, and leave behind brokenness and confusion. Such people are not just ordinary bad people, they are the embodiment of deception and cruelty, not only using petty tricks, but also being extremely cunning in controlling how others perceive them. The first thing evil people do is not admit their actions. Instead, they try to change their image in your eyes. They understand the power of reputation and social perception, and they will work tirelessly to rebuild their image. Imagine you know someone who once had a bad reputation in the community, someone who has hurt many people. When they realize you see through their true nature, they will not avoid you, but approach you with a completely new story. They will deny the past, sometimes blaming circumstances or other people, making the story more complicated and difficult to grasp. Like a perfect play, they play the misunderstood victim who needs sympathy and forgiveness. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once said that the soul is colored by its thoughts. Toxic people know that if they can change your mind, they will not only control how you treat them, but also influence how you perceive the truth. Rebuilding their reputation is their way of avoiding responsibility, continuing to manipulate and exert negative influence without being caught. For example, you may have worked with a coworker who was known for backstabbing and cheating. When they found out you had discovered this, they changed their approach. Suddenly, they talked about the difficulties of the past, how they had changed, and claimed that they were a completely different person. But it was all an act, a thin veil to make you doubt the truth you already knew. When you interact with bad people, you sometimes feel like something is not right. A vague, uncomfortable feeling creeps into your mind that you cannot explain. This is not your imagination. It is a signal from your heart and intuition. Listen for this signal, as it is often a vital clue to their true nature. When faced with people who are trying to change their reputation, Stoic philosophy teaches us to keep a clear mind, focus on the facts, and not let fleeting emotions distract us. Remember, a new reputation is not always a sign of real change. Sometimes it is just a subtle attempt to hide your true nature and continue to manipulate. Maintain clarity and courage to see through these schemes. Your belief in truth and ability to analyze rationally are the most powerful weapons to protect yourself from evil. In all circumstances, listen to your intuition and do not be manipulated by false drama. Sign 2. Strange vibrations, when energy doesn't lie. Vibration is not just an abstract concept. It is actually the feelings and energies we pick up from the world around us. Stoic philosophy often emphasizes mindfulness and observation, which helps us to recognize negative vibrations from others with great sensitivity. These strange vibrations are especially evident when you are dealing with someone with bad intentions, especially when they realize that you have seen through their true behavior. Everything in life, including our own bodies, is energy. When we interact with others, their energy and emotions can have an impact on our mental state. The vibrations we feel are the result of the interference between energy fields. When the energy is positive, we feel comfortable, safe, and connected. But when negative energy is present, even for no apparent reason, we feel uncomfortable, insecure, and wary. When people with bad intentions realize that you have discovered their true nature, the energy they emit often changes, strange vibrations appear, and there is no spontaneity or authenticity in their behavior. Instead, every action seems carefully calculated, as if they are trying to manipulate the situation to regain control. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, once said, "We are not disturbed by what happens, but by how we perceive it." When we feel strange vibrations, it is important to not let these feelings control our minds and actions. Stoic philosophy advises us to see these feelings as a signal rather than letting them dominate our thoughts. The change in energy of people with bad intentions often comes from a fear of losing control. They fear that their true nature will be exposed, so they react defensively. Seeing their behavior this way will help you stay calm and not fall prey to their manipulation. I believe that sensing strange vibrations is not something mystical, but a natural human ability. Our intuition is often stronger than we think. Personally, I have experienced situations where someone's insecurities and negative energy made it impossible for me to ignore. At that time, the first thing I did was not to react strongly, but to stop and observe. I realized that calmness is the most powerful weapon in such situations. Instead of letting the unpleasant feeling upset my mental balance, I used it as a tool to analyze the situation. Their actions were just reactions, and if I kept calm, I not only avoided their schemes, but also protected my own positive energy. People with bad intentions may try to manipulate your energy and emotions, but you are still in control. Ask yourself, are these unpleasant feelings really hurting you, or are they just testing your patience and resilience? Remember, calmness and wisdom are key. In every situation, you decide how to perceive and respond. Strange vibrations, however unpleasant, are just a signal that helps you gain a better understanding of the situation and the person. Instead of letting them throw you off balance, use them to strengthen your inner strength and overcome challenges with stability. Side 3. They lie to cover up past lies. A lie is like a complex web that the person who weaves it, no matter how skillfully, finds difficult to escape. Once a lie is told, it does not stop there. Each new lie is like an additional thread, slowly making the web more complicated and difficult to unravel. Evil people, when they realize that the truth has been exposed, do not try to unravel this web, but continue to weave other lies to cover up their tracks. Epictetus, a brilliant Stoic philosopher, once said, "One cannot learn what one thinks one knows." Liars fall into their own trap. Instead of facing the truth, they try to cover it up with new lies, trapping themselves in a vicious circle. They not only deceive others, but also deceive themselves, losing the ability to see the light of truth. In life, everyone can lie at some point. According to research, on average, a person lies 1 to 2 times a day. Some lies may seem harmless, such as complimenting someone's hairstyle to avoid hurting their feelings. However, unlike lies that are social or intended to protect the feelings of others, the lies of bad people are intended to cover up wrongdoings and protect personal interests, regardless of the consequences. What distinguishes bad people is not the fact that they lie, but the way they use lies as a strategy. When discovered, instead of admitting their mistakes, they continue to create more stories to justify themselves. This action is not only dishonest, but also shows a weak mentality towards the truth. These people do not dare to face the consequences of their actions. Instead, they choose a more dangerous path, building a network of lies. Each new lie not only increases the distance between them and the truth, but also pushes them further away from those around them. This breaks down trust, the foundation of any relationship. Once trust is lost, it is extremely difficult to rebuild. Repeated lying is not only an evasion of responsibility, but also an expression of fear. Deep down, bad people know that each lie only sinks them deeper into the pit of deception, but facing the truth is something they dare not do. They believe that new lies can save the situation, but in reality, they only further damage their reputation and relationships. The sad thing is that this action not only betrays the trust of others, but also betrays themselves. Each lie pushes them further away from who they really are, making them prisoners of the web they have created. Not all lies are the same. Small lies can sometimes be for good reasons, such as avoiding hurting someone or maintaining a harmonious relationship. However, bad people's lies are not for good reasons. They are simply to protect themselves, cover up wrongdoing, or manipulate the truth for personal gain. This shows disrespect not only for the truth, but also for those around them. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the value of honesty and the courage to face the truth, no matter how difficult it is. Lies, whether small or large, have long-term consequences. Marcus Aurelius, another Stoic philosopher, once wrote, "Let your mind be clear, like a mirror, unstained by falsehoods." When faced with liars, Stoic philosophy advises us to remain calm and focus on the truth. Instead of reacting with anger or resentment, see their behavior as a sign of weakness. This does not mean accepting deception, but protecting your own trust and honesty. I believe that lies not only hurt the person being lied to, but also destroy the deceiver. I have personally witnessed relationships falling apart because of an initial lie. Those lies, when discovered, not only destroy trust, but also make the other person feel deeply betrayed. I also believe that the truth, even if painful, is always the shortest path to liberation. When you are honest, you do not need to remember the lies you have created. Facing the truth not only helps you maintain trust with others, but also helps you live a light life, not haunted by the web of deception. Lies that follow each other not only create a complex web, but also weaken trust in relationships. When dealing with a liar, it is important to stay calm, focus on the truth, and not let their actions undermine your personal values. Living honestly, according to Stoic philosophy, is the only way to maintain inner stability and build a life of trust and meaning. Sign 4. They only come when they have something to gain. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Don't waste time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." This quote reminds us that actions are what reveal our true character, especially when dealing with toxic individuals. Toxic people, when exposed for what they are, often only show up when there is something to gain and disappear as soon as you need their support. Before you discover their true nature, these people may appear to be trustworthy allies. They show concern, are willing to help, and are always there. However, when you see the dark side of their character, everything changes. They only come when they need something. These opportunists only come to you when there is a personal problem or benefit to gain. When they have nothing left to gain, they disappear, ignoring your needs or feelings. Comeback tactics. After you have overcome your difficulties alone, they may come back with apologies or excuses, hoping that you will forgive them easily so that they can continue to take advantage of you. This behavior clearly shows a lack of sincerity and respect in relationships. These people do not really care about you. They only care about what you can give them. The philosopher Epictetus once encountered a student who appeared loyal and devoted when he needed advice, but disappeared when Epictetus needed help in a difficult situation. After everything was settled, the student returned as if nothing had happened. Epictetus, in his wisdom, understood that the student did not really care, but was just using him. This story reminds us that recognizing the true nature of others is essential to protecting our inner peace. Stoic philosophy advises us not to let such people affect our emotional or mental health. I believe that people who are only there for the benefit of others are not really worth our heartache. Their absence, instead of being a pain, can be seen as a gift, helping you focus on more sincere relationships. Instead of feeling disappointed, see this as an opportunity to free yourself from unhealthy relationships. When opportunistic people leave you, thank them for saving your time and energy. Their absence is the space for you to invest in more worthwhile relationships. Have you encountered such people? Share your story and how you dealt with them. 5. They try to make you feel stupid. One of the common tactics toxic people use to control others is to make them feel inferior and stupid. This isn't just a seemingly harmless comment, it's part of a sophisticated strategy to lower your self-esteem. Imagine opening up about a problem to someone you trust, only to be told something like, "Why didn't you see that coming?" Or, "Why did you do that?" These words make you feel ashamed, self-blame, and doubtful of yourself. This is their goal, to make you feel small and isolated. And when you start doubting your abilities and worth, you become more vulnerable. This makes it easier for them to control and manipulate you. Even scarier, in your weakness, you may seek approval from the very person who hurt you. This is a trap they set to maintain their power and influence. Stoic philosophy teaches that your worth comes not from the opinions of others, but from your own inner understanding and self-esteem. When faced with demeaning words, a Stoic will not let themselves be drawn into this mental game. Epictetus once emphasized that we are not disturbed by what others do, but by how we react to it. A Stoic will step back, stay calm, and assess the situation from a neutral distance. By focusing on what they can control, their own reactions and thoughts, they refuse to give power to toxic individuals. Toxic individuals can only make you feel stupid if you allow them to. Stoic philosophy reminds us that control is always in your hands. You cannot control the actions of others, but you can absolutely control how you react and think. This is the key to maintaining inner strength and not letting anyone bring you down. Sign, they act like they don't know who they are. When a bad person is exposed, instead of admitting their mistakes, they often use a familiar tactic, feigning innocence and playing the victim. They act surprised by the impact of their actions, as if they had no idea of the damage they've done. This behavior is not only an evasion of responsibility, but also a subtle form of manipulation. When confronted with accusations, these people often ask questions like, "Why didn't you tell me sooner that you were hurt?" This question may seem innocent, but in reality it's intended to blame you, to make you feel like you were wrong to speak up. They want you to doubt your own feelings and experiences, making you feel confused and uncertain about your own judgment. Such behavior not only denies them responsibility, but also undermines your own. They don't accept the truth, but instead distort it, creating an emotional environment of uncertainty and doubt. This is how they maintain control and continue to act without facing the consequences. Stoic philosophy emphasizes that the actions of others are something you cannot control, but you have complete control over how you respond. Epictetus once said, "We are not disturbed by what happens, but by how we see it." When faced with people who deliberately deny or distort the truth, it is important to stay strong and not let them erode your self-esteem. Stoic philosophy teaches that you don't have to change yourself to please them. Instead, stick to your values and beliefs, because that is something no one can take away. The denial and naivete of bad people is just a way to avoid responsibility and maintain power, but you don't have to play their game. Focus on the truth, maintain your self-respect, and don't let them affect your inner peace. That is the most powerful way to deal with such people. 7. They try to manipulate you. Manipulation is a dangerous tactic that toxic people use to control your actions, thoughts, and emotions. It not only damages your relationship with them, but it can also seriously impact your mental health and other relationships in your life. What's scary is that this manipulation is often disguised as caring and kindness, making it difficult to recognize. Manipulators often have high emotional intelligence, but instead of using it to build healthy relationships, they weaponize it to take advantage of you. They identify your weaknesses, your worries, insecurities, or personal goals, and gradually convince you to give up on things that matter to you. They make you feel dependent on them, believing that only they can understand and help you through your struggles. A common form of manipulation is through actions that seem helpful but are actually intended to make you feel indebted to them. Slowly, you are being pulled into a cycle of control without even realizing it. They may convince you that giving up a little freedom of personal space will be no big deal, but in reality, it only makes you more dependent on them. According to Stoic philosophy, True happiness comes not from external factors, but from internal control. When you let someone manipulate you, you are giving up your personal freedom and giving them control over your life, something Stoics would never accept. Epictetus taught, "No one can control you unless you allow them to." Stoics focus on maintaining core values and autonomy. When dealing with a manipulator, it is important to set and maintain clear boundaries. These boundaries not only protect you from manipulation, but also assert control over your life. Manipulation is not only an invasion, it is also a tool to take away your freedom. However, the real power is in your hands. You cannot stop others from trying to control you, but you can choose not to let them succeed. Protecting your personal freedom and standing up for your values is the most powerful way to resist manipulation. We've explored 7 common signs of toxic people when they realize you've discovered their true colors. These behaviors, from building a new reputation, emitting negative vibes, to attempting manipulation, are all designed to maintain control and erode your self-worth. Stoic philosophy reminds us that in any situation, maintaining calm and self-retreat is key to overcoming challenges. Epictetus once said, "No one can hurt you unless you let them." Remember, true power lies in your ability to protect your mind and inner peace. Toxic people may try to manipulate or control you, but it's important that you don't let them influence how you see yourself and the world. Your worth is not determined by what they say or do, but by how you respond to those challenges. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future content.